Hello and welcome to Loose Trunks Smackdown. I'm Adam Skolfield, and this is an awful opening. And welcome to Loose Trunks. This is the panel.
I liked it. It was nice and calm.
It was nice and calm. I felt like going. It was like coming from the crowd there. It was the opposite of that caveman on
Normally
Raw.
my face is blown off by
I shouldn't really offend, considering I'm on Raw as well.
Yeah.
Why
though? Leave it, Skolfield. It's awful.
I know you did leave. As I was saying, I am your Lord Adam Skolfield. Not so much King of Predictions based on previous events. And quick introduction to our panel is Adam Bomb Machiavelli. You haven't changed since you got thrown off Raw.
Yeah, no, I was so angry, I just didn't change.
Fair enough.
So,
You had a good night after that?
Yeah, it was alright. I popped down to the Random Calf, you know. There was
cool.
some good things there, you know. Was it Wilkie weren't there for some reason?
No, he wasn't. Yeah, well,
I
Wilkie's
missed
not
him.
here today.
Yeah,
He's ill. He's on leave.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
He's got some...
Can we get a big R in the room? Yeah, he's on leave. I better hurry this along. Next up we have a man who's not David Farrington. He is Tyler Breeze. Everybody is here in the building.
I just come back from work.
Very
It is. It's a bit
and
hard.
of course, as we said, Wilkie is not here today due to illness. So replacing Wilkie today, it is only the world's largest panelist. It is Liam Copeland, everyone. Liam. How are you doing, Liam? For our one excited fan in the audience.
I don't like him, so it's awkward. But I do
quite
like
This
it.
is nice and chilled, the Smackdown.
I know, I like
it.
it. I'm used to a chilled vibe, man.
We'll kick things straight in where we've been quite lucky for SmackDown because it, as the tradition has been over the last few months, SmackDown's been a bit weak until recently with the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, which had two amazing Hell in a Cell matches. One in particular with a revelation at the end of it. We are of course talking about Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and of course Shane McMahon as well. Sammy.
Dun dun dun!
So good! He's finally doing something.
He is finally doing something.
He's involved with an actual main storyline, which is fucking amazing. So
before we go into the Sammy side of things, quick mention of the match itself. What did we think? So Liam.
It's everything you thought it was going to be. Shane McMahon v anyone in a Hell in a Cell match. You knew it was going to be. Kevin was superb in it. I think the heel tactic at the top when he was going to run, I'm going to jump, and then not swerve us all and just not jump. I actually thought that was gold.
I've never felt so nervous
so
watching people.
Yeah.
I mean,
fight
just
on
doing
top.
those.
I swear it's the longest they've fought on top.
Yeah,
no one's fought.
Well, they had like a mini match on top.
Yeah.
It was great, you know, with
and I
all
swear
the
their ankles kept
suplexes
hurting.
and like every time like the top of the cage gave way,
Yeah.
you're just like.
I feel like the mindset of fans has changed from like back in the 90s where it was just bloodthirsty. It's like fucking kill yourself, and now like they get flipped up on like suplexed on the top of the cell, and it's like, oh my god, please don't die.
During the pay-per-view, I kept seeing like tweets going, Shane doesn't need to do this. He doesn't need to do this. I'm like, that's Shane's only job in life.
It's
to
just
jump
jumping
off
off
shit
Jump
to
off
make
of
his
tall
dad
shit.
love him.
So yeah, for the second time this year, Shane almost committed suicide via a Hell in a Cell, and it featured the biggest story of the night, which was Sami Zayn turning heel and helping out Kevin Owens. It was
So good. And it makes so much sense. It's like a storyline 13 years in the making.
Yeah.
It's just fucking amazing. So,
let's talk about the story of it, because it came out on SmackDown. And this is the one area where I feel like they could have maybe done it differently. And I think Liam might agree with me here on this one. Because it was good, and I think what they've done is great still. And yeah, all his reasoning makes a lot of sense. I wish, because at Cell, when it happened, he looked very remorseful when he did it. He was like, "What have I just done?" And so I would have liked to have seen that creep in on SmackDown, and then him just get more angry as he's talking about it. Maybe that's the only thing.
I personally, the angle I wanted it to go down because of the remorse and all that, is that it wasn't him turning heel, because as much as Hell in a Cell was great, and Sammy does need to do something, Kevin even actually kind of needs to do something. He shouldn't be wrestling Shane McMahon. He should be doing other stuff.
He did get main
Do you know what I
event
mean?
though.
Yeah, but he should be. But the thing is, for me, it was like that his promo as being a heel was so poor, and I just don't believe him as a heel.
What, Sammy?
Yeah, what I actually
I thought
wanted...
it was a good promo. So.
Yeah, I thought it was a good
It's
promo,
just
but
because he's so good as a face, you just...
And what I actually would have quite liked is him going, Kev, you don't need to be like this. We've been friends for all these years. I love you. We've fallen out, but come on, see the night. Be good. Be good. Come on, you're risking people's lives, blah, blah. You nearly killed yourself. And then a couple of months or whatever of Kevin trying to be good, but Sammy trying to lead him into that path. And then a big WrestleMania match.
But then...
Because that's the way, you look at both of them, they're not in the title pictures. They're not in the title pictures unless they now go into the tag team picture.
We've got what we've got.
Yeah.
And it's certainly a very, very interesting move. I mean, Dave, you've been very quiet.
Yeah, I've just been listening to all of it, and it's I think you're all right on all your points. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Sammy. I think we all are. I'd like to go and see him go like a two-man sort of power trip, like Austin and Triple H, where you see him win all the gold together.
That feels like that's how they're going to go.
I'm sort of hoping like they could maybe be, build us into a thing where Triple H comes back, maybe, and he like.
Yeah, but he's just beating the shit out of Shane and his father-in-law. And then had a stare down with Steph because she was so pissed off.
Yeah, but like Triple H never really liked Shane.
I know, but I'm again, as usual, I'm doing that cardinal sin of thinking that WWE is going to book Logic.
Yeah,
Logic.
What's Logic?
But
they chose
I would just like Triple H to come back and then like manage, KO and Sammy, and if that like that, them and maybe I don't know, bring up what's his name, old. I want to say Pete Burns. Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne. Bring up Pete Dunne and make that a
Pete
staple.
fucking Burns.
Pete Burns.
Jesus Christ.
We've seen crazier things.
I thought the Raw show yesterday was a complete, absolute, crazy
Sorry,
one.
we're nice and chilled and serious.
We are nice and chilled.
Pete
The
Burns
Blues.
is dead, you monster.
I know Pete Burns is dead.
Good
For
as a
fuck's
cunt.
sake.
Fuck
He
him.
can't spin anyone around.
He can't spin anyone
He's
around.
probably spinning in his grave though. So
I once
probably
did
is, to
I
be
once
fair.
did a stand-up joke about Pete Burns, just so we
We are not going to go
Yeah,
into that.
I don't think so.
we've already spent a minute on Pete Burns.
We literally just spent
Just
a
so we
minute on
know.
Pete Burns.
That's your link, though.
But yes, so Sammy, Kevin, awesome stuff.
So
Looking forward
good.
to where it goes.
Love it.
Yeah.
Need we say
Yeah, it's the first genuinely. I'm not trying to be. I don't like Sami Zayn. It's the first time I care.
Yeah,
I genuinely bores
he's
me.
needed this.
But
He needs
genuinely now, I looked for. I really could. I remember I was at work Monday and I was like, oh, why is it not Tuesday? I want
you go.
SmackDown to be on.
Sammy does.
Let's talk about the other Hell in a Cell match, which was the Usos versus the New Day.
Oh, it was
Oh.
by far.
Dave, you're
I'm
straight,
straight in that
there.
one. Yeah.
Straight in there.
Bang! No, for me, that was the best tag team match that's been fairly hardcore. I say fairly, it was the most hardcore tag team match I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was so hardcore. It was the most hardcore thing I've seen since the Attitude Era. That was just amazing. And bear in mind, they didn't even go outside their cell.
No.
You know what? This is
Yeah.
a very good point. They had a fucking amazing Hell in a Cell match,
Let him
and
go
they
outside.
stayed in the
Well,
cell.
they used to sell a lot as well,
Yeah.
and the spot I loved is when they used the kendo sticks to
Oh,
put
that
the
was
other
so
oos.
good.
Is one oos a single oos? I don't know.
I don't know.
Is
Is one also an oos?
Okay. Well, when they put oos in that bamboo cage thing, that was cool. So
Sorry, you know what? That's a very good point. What do you call one Uso?
what is the singular of
It's the
Uso?
singular Uso and Oos.
Usei?
Usos.
Or-
They do refer to each other as Oos.
Well, there you go then.
So it's
Alright.
got a bit.
So when they caged up one oos, that just sounds weird though. But yeah.
Sounds like some
That was
weird
a good
exotic
spot.
animal.
But,
coming
I
Um,
along.
loved.
But was it just one other thing I loved is it was so brutal, but there was no blood.
Yeah.
So
It
it was the
wasn't
whole
at
match.
all.
I
It
thought
was the
what-
perfect PG match.
I know.
I actually thought it was really good as well. Like managerial, like Hell in a Cell in the manager ways. Kofi was
Didn't get
outside the
involved.
thing, but he was involved in many ways because
Yes.
That
Usos
made
are
it
taunting
better
him in
as
front.
well, yeah.
When Xavier Woods is chained up and he's like, come on, and
He's
he's
doing that on the
kicking,
post,
yeah.
yeah.
And then like you're seeing Kofi cheering him on, but the Usos are taunting Kofi,
Can't do
who
anything,
can't
yeah.
do anything. And I thought that was actually brilliant because otherwise, if they don't have that interaction, Kofi's just walking outside going, "All right, guys."
Yeah, no,
They have the best chemistry as a team
Yeah.
since the Hardys and Edge and Christian and
Oh,
the
they're
Dudley's
incredible.
days.
Yeah.
You know,
The two best teams
yeah.
going, like hands down, aren't they?
Without
And the
doubt.
promos on Tuesday night was superb as well.
Nothing gets better than that rap battle they had a couple months back in the page line,
good,
but
yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
I
sort of love that
thought
the,
Tuesday was really good though.
One thing I'll quickly mention: Usos, of course, won. Some people would claim that it's a bit shit that it's been hot potato with the title. I personally don't think it matters if you've got two teams that have that good matches. It makes sense for the title to switch hands constantly because they're as good as each other. Like, am I the only one who thinks
I
that?
agree.
think going forward as well, it's more smart Uso having the title because Uso get someone is as a title match is is less bookable than
the
Uso
Usos can
going
go
against
in a
someone.
there's
title
not many
feud.
good bad
New Day
ones.
can just do what they want.
New Day can do it.
realistically nowadays.
Well, was it? I hope next that either Kofi or Biggie or someone goes after one of the main titles, and then they can freebird one of the
That's
main
a good
titles.
point,
I would love
actually.
them to do that.
We'll
'cause
come to-
that gives them something new to do. They've not done yet.
We'll probably mention them again then later when we talk about one of the other titles on the show. But sticking with the tag teams, of course, we've got the rest of the roster, which is very easy to forget about.
Yeah.
When you have so many fucking good matches between the Usos and the New Day. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, also known as Jason Jordan 2.0.
Weird. but
Jason
yeah.
Jordan's real dad as
You know, Vince has just gone, like, well, he was Team Angle.
Yeah.
This guy's black.
Yeah.
Like,
Shelton Benjamin.
Also, with no disrespect, Shelton Benjamin looks so old.
he does
I was
look
watching
old
it
now.
He's
going,
still decent in the
No,
ring.
he's still brilliant, but
Yeah.
he's facially and everything. I'm just like, you're also you're like 40 odd now.
I know,
Oh,
it's
you're not
weird.
22.
Now, I personally didn't watch the kickoff match from Hell in a Cell with them both. So I genuinely want to know from you guys. That was the fucking kickoff. Who gives a shit?
Hype, bro! We stay hype!
What do you guys think of Gable and Benjamin as a team?
Yeah, they
Like,
work
does it
well.
work? Like, are they deserving?
It works the same as
titles?
American Alpha, in my
It
opinion.
gives them something
Yeah.
to do. I mean,
Yeah.
I wish. I don't know. I mean, like Gable looks great in the ring still.
Yeah.
I think.
Do we wish
So-
Breezango was going for it instead? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you do. Yeah.
I
Yes.
think they definitely deserve a bigger shot, Breezango.
If
They've
it-
just been killing it in everything they do. So.
Like the one thing I'm annoyed about every single week, it's Fashion Files. No, it's not. It's Fashion Files. No, it's not. It's Fashion Files. No, it's not. Every single week it's cancelled, and it's very upsetting.
It was at Hell in a Cell, but is it just me that thinks Fashion Files has gotten a bit shit?
It's gone shit because they keep on disappointing and it feels rushed.
Like-
it doesn't feel.
I just think
Yeah, I
shit
don't know.
altogether.
Fashion Files
Fashion
at
Files
Hell in a
was
Cell
good.
had a
But-
brilliant opening with the shot of Cesaro at the beginning of it, but then
Yeah.
it was just a bit. After
It was,
that.
but it could be so much better. But it feels so rushed and just not properly organised.
I'm okay with
Not sure
Breeze
what's
Dango
going
going for it. Like, I do think Fashion Files is the only thing of theirs that I predict. But if they act silly in the ring again, like they did when they were dressing, like Taylor was dressing up, then I
Yeah.
just think it's a disgrace to the title.
We mentioned New Day earlier about them going for singles titles. What do we genuinely? What do we think they're gonna do from here? If we think they're not doing tag teams.
Well,
then?
I hope they do eventually. Yeah, go after either Kofi or Big E goes after Jinder and the title.
Oh, to Jinder, we're going that far.
Yeah, I
Oh.
hope so. I mean, if fucking Jinder can have the title, why not Kofi? You know, God, I mean, he deserves it. So
Why not Kofi?
why?
Let's start a campaign.
Why not Kofi?
Why not Kofi?
Give Kofi a chance.
Give Kofi a chance.
He's been so good, and he's the best. I think he's the most deserving to have that single title spot.
I think if they're going to give it to anyone, though, they're going to give it to Big E. Size-wise, they will.
Yeah,
if you're
but
going
then,
big time,
I don't know, but like-
for me personally, if you're saying the big one, just say hypothetical land, they're going the big one. They're not going to go Kofi. They will go
See, I think they
Big
could
E.
do still, because was it both Big E and Xavier have always said since they started the New Day, their goal was to get Kofi a main title.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Yeah,
that's
but
what I'd
it's
like to see,
WWE, isn't it? It doesn't mean
so,
anything.
but yeah.
let's move on to a title that I expected you guys to mention, but you didn't, so it's fuck this link up completely.
Bludgeon
It's-
Brothers.
Fuck the Bludgeon Brothers. You know what? Right, I'm going to get this out of the way now. I've been reading online, but this Bludgeon Brothers thing and this little promo that they've done is like, oh yeah, it's a hark back to the 90s. It's like, yeah, it's a hark back to the fucking like the goon and all that shit. It's shite.
Do you know who I thought it was?
What, and they have hammers and it's all...
You know, genuinely who I thought
crap.
was back? I thought the Highlanders were back from Scotland. I genuinely thought...
would
Look
rather
up the
the
Highlanders. They were such a
Yeah.
bad tag team.
No.
And I genuinely thought they were back. And I was like, oh, it's 2003 and I hate life.
But yeah,
It's-
I'm like, I know there's guys behind the camera who might not agree with it at all, but yeah, I cannot get on board with Bludgeon Brothers.
It's
I just
such
think
a shame
it's
as well,
corny
'cause
shite.
It's a shame
Absolute corny
because like,
shite.
Luke Harper is so fucking good and he's been wasted in this shit again.
I disagree because what is he going to be doing as a singles competitor? Because you're always going to know him as, oh, that's the old White family guy. He's never going to pop a
I don't know, I
break.
liked
him
his
in the
little
White
run when he
family
had
legs.
the IC title.
I agree
but-
that it's good that they're doing something with them, but just because you're doing something with them doesn't mean it's not shit. Like, like you
That should
know,
be a WWE motto. Just,
it's-
doesn't mean we're doing something, but he's
It would be
shit.
better
it was
if
the
they
whole
just...
rhyming stuff as well, and
It's
like,
much better if they just got back together with Brian.
I
and
don't
was
know.
the
We've
White
completely
family.
sidetracked off
Yeah.
of what I wanted to talk about, which was the US title.
Okay.
Corbin is the US champion in a sudden turn of events from the guy who was getting buried every fucking week is now the US champion. Good decision.
Give him a
Yeah.
second chance.
I don't
Give
know.
Corbin a chance.
Yeah,
I
give him a
I
chance
just don't
too.
care about Corbin. I just think he's a bit bland.
He's grown on me. I like it. I think AJ should be going for the major title anyway.
Yeah,
Yes,
of course he
definitely.
should be.
I'm
And
glad
I think-
AJ's left.
I think
the
also,
US
and that's the
title
other thing, AJ for the major title, but that title needs to, the US title needs a Corbin to maybe run a little bit with it, and then a face beats him for it.
Yeah.
And then, I personally, it was a great match. I don't think Corbin does bad matches.
The match was decent.
now. Are we talking about the Hell in a Cell one or SmackDown
Yeah, Hell
one?
in a Cell.
Yeah.
SmackDown one wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But and I thought even the like Mr. 10 being in there was a nice little twist on the
Mr. 10.
night. Do you know what I mean?
It does feel like they're going to let AJ move on to something
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
because they got that rematch out of
Yeah.
the way quick.
Although it was interesting that Corbin pinned AJ,
Yeah,
AJ
clean.
completely,
Yeah.
like clean completely,
Clean,
which
yeah.
was
Which, again,
which I guess is great for Corbin, but then
great push for Corbin, and then AJ
But
comes
then
back
where
from
does-
that very, very easily.
But it's for the
Please
mid-card
take
title,
the
so it's
title
okay.
from Jinder.
yeah, so
Please!
he's got to go for his Indian tour.
Yeah,
and
they were
then,
soon
you
as the
know-
Indian
It's
tour's
done
over.
now. They've done the Indian tour.
Can I
They
just give
can-
him
But he's
time?
worked
They haven't
massively.
done it yet.
By the time this goes out, they would
I
have.
would
Have you
they?
not-
Thanks back for that. So,
Have you not heard the?
Why do you think Jinder wasn't at SmackDown?
Have you not heard what happened?
What?
India's been renamed WWE Network 999. That's what it's been renamed. It worked massively. This has been a global success.
No.
No!
Jinder,
is-
No!
the Jinder experiment.
Don't
has
hinder the
failed.
Jinder.
So we're going on to
You are
Jinder
full
now,
of
are
shit.
we?
You fucking loved it when he won the title.
I
You all
did,
You
and
all did.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
yeah.
fucking Tugboat.
Don't hinder the Jinder.
Fucking Tugboat speaking
God.
up back there.
Exactly.
Clearly, Tugboat didn't watch my predictions video where I talked about Jinder winning the title and said, let's give it a chance.
Exactly.
It's quite good. It's exciting. See where it goes. We've seen where it goes, and it's a load of
awful.
shit. So
He's
there
a
you go.
racist.
There you go, Tugboat.
Yeah.
There's your fucking... Stick that up your ass and smoke it.
So I was right.
Yeah. No, he just,
What was it? What is it
he
with your
just
boy?
told
Should
you
have never
why
had
he
the
was
book
wrong.
to start with.
But we
No.
allowed it to happen. We were like, give it a chance.
You're a fool for
And
it.
we have given... No, I'm not a fool. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ, he's
Come
not
on.
even on SmackDown and
Exactly.
he's still here.
Shut up, you're not
annoying
meant to
the
be here.
fuck out of me.
Such a much better host than him, you
Oh.
are. Oh, God.
It just makes me mad.
I know.
What
He's
were we
just-
talking about?
The thing is,
Jinder.
right, with Jinder, right, what's really annoyed me is his promos are getting weaker and
Hang on,
weaker.
we're going
and
to talk about
weaker.
Jinder later.
Oh,
So we're talking about US title now.
Hold it in.
Yeah.
Hold it in.
AJ Styles.
There's a lot
we
of
do
hatred
think's
for
gonna move on to
Jinder.
Jinder. Back to Corbin. Is he going to be carrying on any sort of rivalry with Ty Dillinger, or is someone else going to get involved? Like, where does he go?
I hope they give Tyre a chance, because he's not really doing much before
Loving
this.
that phrase today as
Oh,
well,
yeah,
aren't you?
what, not really-
Give X a chance.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, give Ty the perfect 10 a chance, because he's good. I like him. He's
I
tenny,
hate
Give
you
10
know.
a chance.
I hate him so badly.
Really?
I fucking hate him so boring.
Why?
No,
All he
great
does is
time.
10.
Exactly.
Genuinely, he's a great wrestler, and this is the thing. When I slag people off, normally I say great wrestler, and he is a great wrestler, but it's just all he does is this, and it's like
That's his
well, no,
gimmick,
just-
yeah. It's,
Yeah,
and,
but
and
it's
it
just
works
shit-
in the
it's
crowd.
shit. It worked in NXT. It's shit on the main roster. Sorry, sorry to-
I like
I'd love
him, I
to
like
disagree with
him.
you, but I can see your point.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not saying like for me, it just needs more than just 10. His promo, I don't think his promo skills.
I
are
mean,
that
he's
great.
like never going to get in the main event, sort of scene, is he? But I think he's perfect for a sort of US card type, feud. So.
We need to move on because, like much of SmackDown over recent months, and it's been better now, but yeah, it's still kind of relevant. We go to our beautiful segment with a man who is not so beautiful, but he does the job okay. It's bad writing with Callum Maine! Love you, Callum. He's gonna hate me for that intro.
Need a name for the next SmackDown pay-per-view, right? Right, we can't use any of the old ones. No, the Unforgiven, my thesaurus is broken, so that's out. How about Pyro or the Maharaja Madness? Something that talks about Hell in the Cell and makes it sound so epic and crazy. And, it's called Hell in the Cell. Fuck it. Same match. Hell in the Cell. Right, what should we call the Raw one? Because I should get that done while I'm here. Something edgy, fast. The crowd they're gonna have a TLC match. I'll call it TLC. Done. Send. Little emoji. I don't get paid enough for this. I am spectacular.
Hey! There you go. You know what? I was a bit harsh on him before during that link there, so I'd like to apologise. You know what? You're a beautiful man, Calvin. Just a beautiful man.
Do you know what? I like it when you lie to people because he's fucking idiots.
I'm trying to be nice.
It's nice.
Don't be nice.
Give Calvin a chance.
Are you just gonna have like slogan T-shirts with like just blue tack writing on
Oh
it?
yeah, perfect. Yeah, just give him a chance.
The Women, which really can be summed up in they're doing stuff with Natalia and Charlotte, and that's about as much note as there is in the women's division. Am I wrong?
Well, I like that Becky actually won a match, for
she
once.
did.
most
It meant
recently.
nothing, but great.
Yeah,
good
but
for
like
her.
it's frustrating because she gets like the best reactions out of like any women on the SmackDown
I hate
roster. I
Natalia
think.
so bad.
And
Thank you,
I
Liam.
fucking
Yes, you
hate
beautiful
Natalia.
man. Hating Natalia.
And he's
Sorry, Adam, I'm interrupting.
For
But
anyone that knows me, knows I don't like the Hart family.
I
in
don't-
general,
I don't like
But
the
it's
type.
not even because of that. It's just that she's so fucking shit. And all she like, I genuinely don't understand.
no, fuck your bitch. You let this beautiful man
I
talk.
genuinely, do you know who I feel sorry for most in life? Is her husband. He must be fucking. He's got no career, and he has to go home to that and the cats. He must
I mean-
just want to kill himself.
All right, let's not kid ourselves.
No,
here.
that
I
genuinely-
wouldn't mind going home to Natalia.
she
I
was
would.
right,
I genuinely think she's ugly.
I just think she has a shit character.
I think she's always had a shit character.
I agree that she has a shit character, and I just don't like her.
Cats and she
Yeah.
comes out with cats. She even comes out with cats.
Exactly.
That's her
And
thing.
the
It's cats.
T-shirt has a cat.
It's
says-
cats and that her uncle's Bret Hart.
Exactly. It's just this and that.
TJ.
She's
And also, I
she's
don't
okay
actually
in the
like.
ring.
I know it sounds a bit corny, but I actually don't like the whole Ric Flair thing. Like, just it
What,
shouldn't
the
be
fact that they're
about
playing on
Bret and Rick. It should be about Charlotte and
Well,
Natalia.
yeah,
If it's going to be
exactly.
like, do you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, they're both bona fide superstars. Whether I
Yeah.
like them or not, don't talk about their fathers or their uncles because that's all one of them's got. Because their dad's a bit of a drunk, I've heard. Not Rick. We love you.
Love you, Rick.
Woo!
That got very close to saying something a bit off there.
Yeah, I love Rick.
In that case, we'll move on.
All their dads are lovely.
It turns out that I've probably got enough time to actually mention it because I wasn't really going to mention it because I don't really care, which is Orton and Rusev.
I love Rusev. I just wish he was in something much better because he's so good and he's stuck with piece of shit Orton. I actually agree with Sam.
And Hayden English.
I like
what the
Hayden
fuck
English.
is that all
I
about?
like Hayden English in that role.
Yeah, fuck it.
You know what I love?
Rusev,
I
fuck
love
it, yeah.
Rusev's grin
Yeah.
when Aiden English was singing
Yeah.
the national anthem,
looks
and you
so
just have
happy.
Rusev sitting there. He had like a little baby face, like.
But it's the
quite
perfect
funny.
thing for Hayden English to do though, because he does that. He's the guy. He's not a heel guy. He's just doing the singing. That's his job, kind of thing. He gets
Yeah.
beaten up, but yeah, we need Rusev to start doing.
What did you guys do for Rusev Day?
Rusev Day.
Yeah, National Rusev. What did you guys do for it?
I just Just
I
watched
ate loads of Bulgarian
great matches of
food
Rusev.
and watched the Putin documentary. It was pretty
Oh.
good. That's what I did.
I can't beat that.
I had a wank over Lana. So,
That's how you celebrate it.
Cashed in his money in the bank.
Yeah, I cashed in.
See, I got to climb over some like bits of hay like,
This
in a
got-
bikini.
This got sorted.
Save it for Dave's right hand.
Save it for Dave's right hand. A new segment coming soon, which isn't what you think.
It's exactly what you think.
It is no,
You
no,
know.
no.
I mean, no, sorry.
For harassment reasons, it is not what you think.
But I would describe it as a pile of wank.
That's more the outcome of the segment.
This just gets There's nothing we can do to save this show. Let's move on. We have got. Oh my God, it's glorious! That just reminded me because I was going to forget all about him. Again, we forgot about him last time.
Fucking problem with Root.
I don't know. Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Let's talk more about Dolph Ziggler because Roode's has been rude. But
I love it.
I don't
Ziggler
like-
with his whole "I'm so good, fuck your entrances" thing.
I mean, I liked his entrance at Hell in a Cell. The
Yeah.
fact that he had no entrance, I thought that was quite,
Yeah.
badass. That was good, I thought.
I
But
thought what would have
then-
been better is if he had no gear, not gear, but like just plain black gear.
Yeah, yeah. That
I
would have
quite
worked,
liked
yeah.
it if it was like, do you remember? Did you ever watch the movie The Warrior? And Tom Hardy's character just came out with no
Yeah,
music
yeah,
thing, and it
that's
was a
cool.
big thing. I think if Dolph starts doing that, it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing with Dolph because like he's doing this whole. It's something for him to do, but it's kind of highlighting the fact that he doesn't have a gimmick that
Yeah.
does work.
Mhm.
And it's just like, how long can they stretch this out before it just becomes?
They can't really go much
Bit
further
nothing.
with
Yeah,
this.
So
they
is that,
can't,
all
they
they can do
really?
is get
There's not-
Vicky
there's not
Guerrero
much
back.
distance
That's
in
about
there.
it.
I
Like,
think he'll just. I think in a month or two he'll probably leave. I reckon. Actually,
Yeah, I
by the
agree.
end of the
Yeah.
year.
yeah,
It's either that or Vicky Guerrero comes back as his girlfriend.
yeah.
It's the only
Why
time
not?
he's ever been. It's the only
It
time he was
works.
ever over it. I love Dolph, but it isn't. Nothing's really sticking.
Well, he was
is
good
it?
when he was with Big E and AJ.
Yeah.
That was cool. And when he won the title.
So we'll put him in New Day.
Put him
Sorry.
in the-
yeah.
We've sorted that.
For legal
Exactly.
reasons, it's not allowed.
I just think we should give Dolph Ziggler a chance.
to give Dolph Ziggler a chance. Let's get back to the hot topic, the one that has already made me angry once today, and that is Jinder Mahal and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Quiet, you people.
I was a big fan of it, and I was like, give Jinder a chance to see what he does with it.
I love that line today.
Give Jinder a
We
chance.
should give Jinder. No, he shouldn't.
You Smackdown a chance.
But here's
That's the name of this episode. Is give SmackDown a chance.
but here's the thing, right? When you're literally the best thing about the Nakamura rivalry was his match against John Cena.
Yeah, no, that's
Pretty
true.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're mocking him because of the way he looks. Who does that, by the way?
Oh, awful.
It's just, what are you on?
Yeah,
It's got to be one of the weakest like video packages for
Defense,
rivalry. The
yeah.
one they showed at Hell in a Cell. The whole thing was like at least the SummerSlam one. They played up the fact of like these two nationalities battling it out, and it was like some big like.
but even that was weak,
It was weak, but it was something. Whereas this is literally a rivalry based on the fact that Jinder was a little bit racist and just took the piss out of how Jinder's face is.
I don't think Nakamura will win the title though.
No, I don't think it should.
And
win.
actually,
won't,
genuinely,
no.
as a Nakamura fan from previous career, I think it's like it's not as big as if he wins it against Jinder.
No, that's.
I think
yeah,
AJ him
exactly
at
the
WrestleMania
same.
is the way to
I
go,
mean-
and Nakamura wins it against
Yeah.
AJ at WrestleMania.
Let's just
and
hope
that's
they
massive.
are eventually building
Yeah.
up to him versus AJ.
It will lose a
for
lot of
some-
I think the
impact
thing
if
is,
Shinsuke wins
Jinder's
it
going
off
to drop
Jinder.
it now. The India tour's finished, blah, blah, blah. The Singh brothers, I'm hoping they stay around, even if it's
They're
not with
good.
Jinder.
There
I
has
think,
been
I
a
think they've been really
There has been a
good.
rumor of Jinder holding it until Mania, but I'm really hoping that's
Until
not the case.
Mania.
It's
Oh.
all because of the way he works, and that's just.
The thing is, like, the match at Hell in itself wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad.
It wasn't a
but
bad match,
It
and
was forgettable.
The
so-
thing-
no,
that
but it
keep
wasn't.
coming
It
out about
wasn't.
Jinder
It's only forgettable because it's in the middle of two bloody epic matches. You put that match on No Mercy, it's superb.
Yeah, but
Do you know what I mean? And
I wouldn't say it was. Well, yeah, compared to Mercy.
the problem with Jinder's been that all of his matches have been the same.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're against Nakamura, and Nakamura's shit.
Tugboat is no longer allowed to speak
Yeah.
because
Leave
his
it out.
views on Nakamura are that of.
I
a
also
drugged
can I
up-
just
of,
say.
of a crazy man.
King
So,
Jackson.
All right, can I also just say some people have tarnished me with the same brush as Tugboat. I love Nakamura. I just don't think he's being booked correctly
Well,
against
yeah,
Jinder.
exactly, yeah.
I want him to win it. I want him to be a superstar. I don't
Not
think
yet.
the same views as Vince Russo over in the corner.
Yes.
Okay, I want that no.
There you go. We need to finish up. So, thank you very much for watching Loose Trunk Smackdown. To like 10 now? Are we on 10 Loose Trunk?
Yeah.
10!
10,
10!
10,
Yeah,
10,
10,
10,
yeah.
10.
10!
You tell anyone I did that, I'll kill you.
it's on
Oh,
film.
it feels a beautiful moment, really, isn't it?
I'm so angry.
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to the panel here today. No thank you to the twat called Tugboat in the background who
Exactly.
just couldn't shut up today.
What, why do we leave him in the room?
I don't know.
God.
Like, he was late to filming and everything.
Tugboat and chance!
Give him that.
No. First time ever I'm going to do it.
No.
I'm doing Daniel Bryan for it. No.
We're officially overrun. Give NXT a chance. Good night.